Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mobby vs. Games. Today, out of the collection, I want to share with you guys a game that is near and dear to me. This is my original Super Nintendo and my original cartridge. I can't wait to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time. This is the fourth game in the series, while 1, 2, and 3 were just on the original NES. Now, it is from Konami. It is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, and it came out in 1992. The arcade version was 91, and then I think in 2009, I haven't played this remake, but they pretty much did a re-enhanced version called Turtles in Time Reshelled, which gave, you know, upgraded graphics, a new voiceover, and a little bit more gameplay. I don't remember how that one was received, but today we're talking about this good old classic here. So this is absolutely my favorite beat 'em up on the Super Nintendo. And of course, unlike the arcade version, you only have 2 players here instead of 4. And the gameplay that you are pretty much seeing today, as I'm, you know, cutting it in throughout this talking, is actually me replaying this game. With my friend, we did a small little series called Colossal Arcade. So this is us, you know, playing through it. And the game's not that long. Honestly, if you know what you're doing, you can get through it around 40 minutes. And of course, if you like die a lot, you know what's going on. You take a little bit longer, it goes up into an hour. So it's, you know, for a Super Nintendo game, it's a pretty short one, but it's a fun experience that you can just replay over and over. So we have Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael. Leo was my favorite. He was the leader. I know a lot of people really like the rest of the Turtles. I'm pretty sure, like, even though Leo is the leader, he is very, like, by the books. And a lot of people just want to, you know, not go that route. But I always liked it. I don't know, just because maybe it was a blue freaking headband or a face mask, or it was the swords. I really liked them. So, a little history with me and the Turtles. I caught the TV show every now and then, but I didn't really enjoy it as much as the video games. And the movie, Turtles, oh my god, live, green, mean, and in your face. That was definitely the time where Turtles were the most hype, and it made me a Turtle fan for life. I can rewatch that first movie over and over again. It is one of my favorite freaking movies of all time. It's that freaking good. It was like for kids, but it was a really dark tone. But anyway, I just have a lot of memories being a big Turtle fan. I remember back in grade school, this is one of like my vivid memories in grade school. We had a show and tell, and then we had to just bring some stuff. I was like, I'm gonna bring my really cool Ninja Turtles action figure. I don't know what happened to all my toys. They're probably all thrown away and gone. So the plot of this particular game, TMNT Turtles in Time, was that, you know, all the Turtles plus Splinter starts off watching the news. They see April's doing a little cast in New York, and then all of a sudden Krang flies in, and he just swoops and takes the Statue of Liberty, and then Shredder hacks the airwaves and pretty much taunts the Turtles. It's very simple and straight to the point. The game starts, you know, pretty simple with a couple of New York levels and a giant building fighting Baxter Stockman, a giant fly, and then all the way down to like the New York City levels, and then all the way into the sewers. And then the 4th stage, you go inside the Technodrome, you're fighting back and forth left and right, and then it takes a huge crazy twist and turn. If you never played this game, even though it says Turtles in Time, it was really jarring to see that, wow, they actually got teleported to different, you know, times and space. All thanks to freaking Shredder just throwing him in a time warp. It's pretty freaking sweet. So the graphics were really light and vibrant, animated well. The Turtles, even though they all literally played the same, you felt like you were playing different Turtles at the time. The colors, obviously different, but then the weapons, they all did the same moves, but, you know, it was, like I said, it was animated well. The humor was top notch. There was a lot of cool little nuances here and there. Of course, the music, classic. Love it. Small sound bites for the Turtles, you know, pizza time, you know, oh bummer, cowabunga, etc. Even the sound bites when you enter some of the levels. Big Apple, 3 a.m., that type of deal. And gameplay, super responsive, and honestly, it just felt good to pick up this game and play it. I'm not even kidding when I say like I've probably beaten this game like 50 plus times, and some of like the last 10 times was probably in the last 10 years, just replaying it either on my own, with a friend, during a live stream, or even during videos like I'm showing today. It's pretty cool. You have a basic attack button where you can, it's the Y button, you just keep tapping, and then you do a little bit of a combo. But however, if you're more advanced, you can do like some extra moves. You can run forward. You walk forward, and then if you let your character run a little bit longer, he starts to go into a big turtle run, where you can pretty much press the jump button, but instead your character does some front flips, and you press the attack button, and then he does a slide. Or you don't have to do the slide; you can just do an attack, and then you do a charge move. It's pretty sweet. And then if you're super crazy and you want like the high score and you want extra lives, because in this game, you beat characters, you beat them down, and then at the very top you can see there's a score. And when you get to like 200, 400, 600, that's when you get an extra life. And if you want more score to get extra points on regular foot soldiers, you hit an enemy, you smack them, you walk forward a foot, and then you press the attack again, and then they throw them at the screen. This is a very vital move to know how to pull off, because in the 4th level, the Technodrome, you actually have to throw the characters at the screen, because pretty much it's in a perspective where Shredder is controlling it and you're still moving in the screen, but it has an overlay with him there, so you have to throw the guys at the screen. It's a little rough. Honestly, if you don't know how to do it, you might get stuck on that level, but it's pretty freaking sweet. So I just have tons of memories replaying this over and over again. They made full advantage of the Super Nintendo's Mode 7 type of deal with some of the stages, like the cyber one. I forgot pretty much what it's called, but pretty much it's like towards the end of the game, you're in space, you're on this like auto scroller, but you're flying. It's pretty nuts, but it's awesome as well. So not only does this game just have good replayability single player, but it's 2 players, so you can play with your friends. There's a versus mode, which is, it's a kind of hit or miss. It's fun to just beat up on people. There isn't really any crazy special moves in multiplayer. There is a special move you can do in single player where I think you hit jump and then attack, and then your character, well, that's pretty much where they have special moves that kind of differentiate themselves. Like Leonardo gets both of his katanas, swipes around like that, while Donatello, I think, jumps forward on his bow and he slides. But then, just like in beat 'em ups, when you do those kind of attacks, you hurt yourself, so it's not really that good to use a lot. It's good at getting out of a pinch, but you don't really need it right there. Yeah, this game has like sound options, etc. Easy, hard, normal mode. You can do the rest, which is like your lives 3, 5, and 7, and then you go from there. Even if you beat the game on like easy or normal, the game tells you try to beat us on hard mode. So Splinter tells you at the very end. So it's a lot of challenge to go through, and honestly, even though it doesn't have a super crazy long campaign like you would a JRPG, let's say Chrono Trigger. Whoa, Chrono Trigger is like freaking 20 hours or something like that. It's a nice, good, fun experience. A well-made turtle game. So, I think that is it for me for today's episode of Mobby vs. Games. I'm going to be trying to do more of these types of videos in the future where I sit here, pull something out of my collection. It could be a game, it could be a console, it could be some old school retro magazines. I have a bunch of Nintendo Powers I want to go through and either talk about my memories playing them, or if they're new to me, because I am collecting a lot of games, I want to give you guys a little bit of a teaser of some of the games that I've picked up just in the past couple days and I want to sit down, play, and talk about. So, some of the games here is Espionage Agents. This is a Dreamcast game. I can't freaking wait. A lot of these are Dreamcast ones. I've been collecting a bunch of them. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I have a lot to say about this game. Holy crap. There's a Resident Evil, Code Veronica, Choo Choo Rocket, and one of my most favorite Dreamcast games that I recollected was Evolution. Holy crap, this is a really cool JRPG. I think I might play through it. So I thought it might be fun to just do these little quick bite-sized videos instead of running through the whole game, which could be fun on its own, but uploading it might take way too much time. So, you know, I just wanted to do a little test video, see how you guys like these types of videos. Here's my Pokemon Sword and Shield thingy get out of there. So, like I said, TMNT, so good, love it, glad to sit here and talk about it. Do you guys have any favorite Turtles games? Maybe you've played this one yourself and you have some other type of funny memories, maybe playing with your brother's dad or whatever. Let me know down below. I really want to start, ramping up this series a lot more. Maybe 2 to 3 of these type of videos per week. And yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.